Hey, I get it. Catching bass sounds awesome, but dropping a ton of money on gear, not so much. I've been in your shoes trying to figure out how to fish without blowing my budget. So here's the good news. You don't need fancy equipment to start catching bass. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you exactly how to do it on the cheap. Number one, budget friendly gear breakdown. Now, before you ever hit the water, let's talk the basics. You don't need $1,000 setup to start. In fact, most anglers start with something simple, gear that was either gifted to them or picked up at a place like Walmart. So let's walk through a gear list that is beginner friendly and budget conscious. Let's talk about the rod and reel combo. There are three main types of rod and reel setups. You got your spin cast. These are the easiest to use, push button casting with minimal tangles. Great for kids and absolute beginners. The downside, not much power, not much distance on the cast. It's really best for ponds, small lakes, bluegill, sunfish, and small bass. And next you have your spinning reel. This guy right here. It hangs under the rod and uses the bail to control the line. A little intimidating at first, but very beginner friendly once you get the hang of it. It's more versatile than the spin cast. It can handle various fish and lures. It's really best for bass, panfish, trout. Overall, great beginner setup. Then you have the bait caster. This is your bait caster. This is going to give you high control, power, and precision, but it can be tricky. Known for frustrating backlashes, bird's nests, professional overruns, whatever you want to call them. It's better suited for advanced anglers. It's really best for larger fish, advanced techniques, but not really ideal for starting out. So now let me talk about the three things you hear a lot about when it comes to rods. You're gonna hear about rod action, rod power, and the length. Now let me tell you what they mean. You'll hear people talk about rod power and action, and rod action is where the rod bends. Fast action bends at the tip. It's great sensitivity, really quick hook sets, really ideal for worm or jig fishing. And you got moderate action or medium action. This bends at the top half of the rod, more forgiving, perfect for crankbaits and treble hooks. And then you have a slow action, really not ideal for bass fishing. A lot of like trout fishing are the really slow action. It's really good for small or light presentations. And then you got rod power. This is how much force it takes to bend the rod. This is going to be measured in words like ultralight. Super bendy, good for small panfish or trout. You got light to medium. This is going to be versatile, really good for multi-species fishing. You're going to have your medium to heavy. This is going to be for your stronger rods, for bigger bass, for catfish, for pike, great for flipping, frogging, and heavy jigs. Now, when it comes to beginner setups, my recommendation is a medium power spinning combo in the 6 length to 7 foot length range. It's really ideal for learning and catching bass. I personally used the Lew's Xfinity stick combo for years. Great performance at a low cost, although it's discontinued. Now, a replacement is the Lew's Mach Smash combo, really available right now. I think the last time I saw it was at Walmart for $79.95. You're looking to spend less, try the Lew's Hypersonic 7-foot combo. It's only $54 on Amazon, and it's also, I believe, stocked in some Walmarts. Now let's talk about fishing line basics. There's four main types of fishing line. You got your monofilament. This is really beginner friendly, budget friendly, slight stretch, helps reduce those breakoffs. This is going to be my recommendation for you. It's really a Berkley Trilene mono, 8 to 10 pound test. You can get like 110 yards for like $5 to $8. Next, you're going to have fluorocarbon line. This is nearly invisible underwater. It's going to sink faster than mono, and it's highly sensitive. It's less forgiving, but it's more expensive. Next, you're going to have braided line, which is what I see right here for my chatterbait, and I have it tied off to a leader. So braid's going to be super strong with zero stretch, great sensitivity. However, it's visible in clear water. Also, braid floats, so it's really great for top water or fishing heavy vegetation. And then the fourth line, which doesn't get talked about a whole lot, it's going to be your copolymer. This is going to be a mix between mono and fluoro. It's stronger than mono, more manageable than fluoro, and it's a mid-range price and performance. So I would start with an 8-pound monofilament. It's cheap, it's versatile, and it's easy to learn on. Next, let's talk about hook sizes and why they're confusing. Hook sizes come in standard sizes, and then it moves to aught sizes. Now, I'll explain it to you real simple. The smallest standard size is a size 32. We're talking like tiny dry flies for fly fishing. And as the number goes down to 1, 32 to 1, the hook sizes actually get larger. Then after size 1, we switch to aughts. 1 aught, 2 aught, 3 aught, and so on, all the way up to a 20 aught hook. the size of my hand, right? Used for shark fishing. Also something to note, there is no 0 size hook. Now for bass, for beginners, a really good beginner hook size that you're gonna use primarily for bass is gonna be between a size 1, you might use 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, and 5/0. So really depending on the bait and type of fishing you're doing. Now let's talk about budget-friendly baits that catch fish. You don't need 100 lures. Just start with these 2, especially if you're new to fishing. Number 1 is gonna be this guy. I actually have it hooked up right now, and that is going to be the wacky worm. This thing right here. It is super effective and really easy to rig. All you need to do is buy a size 1/0 or 2/0 hook that kind of looks like that right there. You hook the worm right through the middle, and boom, it covers the top and middle of the water column with that natural fall. You simply throw it out, let it fall, tug, 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 pause, tug, 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 pause. And a lot of the times those bass will nail it on the pause. The next lure I highly recommend is going to be the Ned rig, this right here. It's a finesse rig that sits on the bottom. It's great for pressured or finicky bass. You can simply just cut one of those wacky worms in half. So all you do is take one of these hooks. This one's actually an EWG, and you run it to the top, out the side, just like that. Run it up, turn it. Then you have this right here. Then you just line the hook up, pull it through. You see that right there. And then you can bury the hook, make it weedless. And that right there is a Ned rig. Just throw this out, let it hit the bottom, and you can bounce it along the bottom, especially if there's not a lot of vegetation. If there is vegetation, that's why you get the extra wide gap to make it weedless. All right, so the total budget breakdown, let's break it down. This is gonna be the Lose Mock or Smash combo. It's gonna be in between $59 to $79. Those wacky worm hooks, maybe $5. You can get Yum Dingers at Walmart or go all the way to the bottom. See Creme brand, you get them for $1.25 for a pack of like 6 or 8. You can get a pack of 30 Yum Dingers for like $11. You can get that Trilene Mono 8-pound for $5 to $8 and some Ned rig hooks for $5. And so you're all in bass fishing, catching bass from the bank for like $100 to $125. And you can get nearly all of this at Walmart, depending on your location, or you can order it online. And so I'm actually gonna be throwing all the links to everything I just talked about so you can get started bass fishing in the description below. So what's next? Now you got the gear, it's time to learn how to fish the wacky rig and how to fish the Ned rig. And so if you want to take a deeper dive into that, you can check out how to fish the wacky rig right there, how to fish the Ned rig right there, and let's get you out there catching bass without emptying your wallet. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.